All right, if you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, what up, though? It's OhRemy, and here's a Tenpai deck list I was going to show you guys. As you can see, there's 20 cards missing. The reality of this deck is you can play whatever you want to play. To be completely honest, 20 cards, all engine. The standard 3 red, 3 white. I've seen some lists that are playing 2 white. I think that's incorrect. You 3 white, 3 white. Still want to play. I've seen decks lists that are playing one of this. No, you still want to play 2 of these because if you draw one, it messes up the entire combo. You want consistency. You still want consistency, and Doro Draco gives you that right here. You saw the previous video. Very evident this card is a starter. This is actually your main starter. Now, I guess if you use it as that philosophy, as this is my main starter, this is my secondary starter. Okay, I'll give you that. But for the most part, you want to play every card in this deck that gives you everything you need. And that would be 3 red, 3 white, 3 Dora Draco, 3 field spells, 3 Kaiman. And then I showed you the replay as well with Bestial Magnamut during the end phase, how you can basically get what you want to get during their end phase if you were going second, which is hilarious. So yeah, standard there. I think I've explained these cards already, but I will if I haven't already. Again, basically, if a monster attacks on your side of the field, I don't think it has to be dark or fire. Let me see. If you control the fire dragon special, okay. No. At the start of the damage step. Sorry. If a monster battles, doesn't matter which side of the field, you can special summon one level 4 or lower fire dragon. Okay, that's what it does. The first effect is basically the special summon effect, where if you control a fire dragon, you can special summon this. So this is the main card in this entire deck. This is the glue. If this is the gorilla glue, this is the glue, right? So just get there's a little distinguish here. He fills the role this card kind of does, but a little better, a little worse. We'll call it that. White lets you grab this, these 2 cards essentially, and I have put this in the side. I'll go over this in a minute. The trap card, because I still think it's still viable. It's still a viable option. This is your monster, your Fire Dragon Reborn. This is your 1 card starter that just literally goes nuts going first, goes nuts going second. You can do a lot more going first. There's a lot more combos you can do going first. I decided not to include all of those because this is a battle phase deck. Get this on the field, win the game, pretty much, right? This is Poplar. Add to the hand, special summon, increases his level by 1, and it becomes a tuner. Remember that clause there. And you can then synchro summon into a level 7, and then you can reborn it with Bident and go into a 8. I mean a 10. Pretty sick. This is basically also be mindful of this card too. This card has 2 effects, right? You don't have to search with this card. You know what I mean? Obviously you would search, but you could special summon a fire dragon from your hand, flat out. You know what I mean? If they stop your normal summon some way and you have another dragon in your hand, you could just special summon this card during the main phase. Obviously, I'm curious though. Does that play around Ash? Because if I decide not to search, it's just a special summon. Does that play around Ash in a way? I don't know. I had to look at a ruling on that or something. I'm really curious. Obviously, the field spells, the body of this deck. If this deck were to get hit, it would definitely be the field spell. Everything else, if they ban the field spell, this deck gets a lot weaker. You ban any of those other cards, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You put this to 2, 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 you put this to 1, all that does not matter. It's the field spell, right? And then Bestial Magnitude. Back in the day when we had this card at 3, this deck would have been nuts. We're at 1 right now. It is what it is. Transcendent. Basically, your major floodgate during the battle phase, your opponent can't play. That's what this card reads. Interesting to note that when this card is reborn, because it can, if you attack more than 3 times, you can reborn this card. You can destroy a card on the field. Is it destroy? Yes, destroy. Okay, and then once it's back on the field, your opponent still can't do anything to respond to it. Changing. This is good. The reason why I play Changing, you can. This is like a flex spot in a sense. The reason why I play Changing, because if you play Dimensional Shifter, if you play Shifter, it's just more fuel for this card. Make it one more body to kind of destroy your opponent. Trident's obviously in the list. If you can get Trident, by all means. If you're waiting for the collection pack, it's still a viable card in the deck. You don't need it, but it's there obviously for reasons. I was going to talk about this. I see some lists playing this at 1. That's fine and all, but in the TCG we have Kashtira. You know what I mean? Unicorn literally outs this card. What are you doing? You know what I mean? You can't OTK. You don't got $100 to OTK. I'm not calling anyone broke or anything like that, but I'm just saying you want to play this card at 2 until Kashtira gets hit to the ground where there's 1. Now maybe in Master Duel you'll probably play this at 1 for the simple fact them drawing Kashtira is very slim to none. Where else are we at? Trident, and then Bident. This is the one that pops a spell and trap card. You can pop your own spell and trap card. It could pop your opponent's spell and trap card. Whatever. Normally you're going to use it to pop your card. It depends, right? You're going to use it to pop the field spell. That's the gist of this card. Kind of gets the damage going, but it doesn't really matter. You can pop any card. This card right here, be mindful, this card is not a tuner. You may lock yourself. It's a good, strong card. If your opponent special summons a level 5 or higher monster, you could just send it back to the hand once per turn, right? Or is it back to the hand? Yeah, return. So special summon monsters, just send it on back. I got a replay of this card right here. Hilarious. They make a giant board. Long as you play the sequencing correctly, you can still OTK over a giant board with summoning and this, because it is a fire card. This is basically your, would it be Dark Hole? No, which card destroys every card on the field? This would be your Zeus, right? This would be your Zeus in a way. I think my alarm's about to go off. Let me just be ready for it. And then, the standard stuff. You can obviously, like I said, you could throw on World Zelantis if you want to. If they Dimension Fissure you can still do Zelantis plays. But that's he say, she say. Samurai Destroyer. This is really good against what is that deck? If your opponent's special battle, your opponent cannot activate card effects until the end of the damage step. Also, your opponent monsters have their effects negated. Okay, yeah. So this is there we go. I stopped it. So this is the out for Yubel. If you can, you attack it. It destroys. It prevents them from attacking. You keep rocking, right? I was playing the level 10, but the level 10 kind of puts you in a weird spot. I forgot the name of that card. I took it out though. Oh yeah, the Time Lord. People were playing Time Lord for a little bit. I just kind of went through the list and looked at stuff. Time Lord. This Time Lord basically outs Yubel as well, but because you had to put so much invested into a level 10, it kind of hinders the deck in a sense. So I don't too much care for it. Plus you have to get your secrecy right as well, because the second you activate this card, locks you into Fire Dragon, and then you can't summon this. So it's kind of one of those things, double-edged sword thing. I think Samurai Destroyer and this one right here, Quantum Dragon, are a lot better options. I think this one sends the attacking monster back to the hand and it gets another attack. Yeah, that's what this one does. You attack, send the Yubel back to the hand, attack, keep things rocking. And then this card is another flex spot. Not really needed. I rarely summon this card. It's just one of those bulk cards I had. Gets the job done. I could actually make this Zelantis, be honestly, and be completely happy. Back row hate, same old. Just take it. You can even main these if you wanted to be honest. You got 20 cards to work with. Figure it out. You know what I mean? You could throw this in there anywhere. Dimensional Fissure, obviously. You can play Fire Heat Wave or whatever. Heat Wave is a solid card. It's a solid card if you're forced to go first, or if you choose to go first. Like I said, against Ice Barrier, or when I'm playing Ice Barrier, they'll make me go first, or they'll make themselves go first just so they can activate that to try to stop me. So it's a thing. Dimensional Barrier as well, great, self-explanatory. Shifter shuts down every deck in the meta currently besides this deck. Well, Yubel can play into it. Druid's Worm, just another out. I got this card in the back in the side deck. You can main it, you can side it. Doesn't really matter. Still testing it. I like the card. I'm gonna play it. And then this card right here is kind of funny. You can use this card off of. I guess if you're playing against a light and dark strategy, this would actually work pretty well against Yubel. If Yubel's really like a problem, you go Seals. Hit anything on their field, special summon this, and they can't play. They legit can't play. Like, can't play at all. They can't even hit you with well, I guess they hit you with Mud. No, they couldn't even hit this with Mud Dragon. Because you don't run anything that's that color or wind. Interesting. I've tested this a little bit, but I'm more, as I'm reading, I'm like, this might be actually pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck list. You got 20 cards to play around with, man. Have fun. That's what I gotta say. Just have fun. Whatever you want to throw in here, throw it in there. You want to play board breakers, throw them in there. You want to play just hand spell traps, you can. Hand traps. The hand traps I recommend you play. Play Ash. I don't know how to spell ogre, dude. I always spell it wrong. Oh, you got to put the G in front of it. Ghost. Or T-Ogre. There we go. T-Ogre. T-Ogre. You can play Bell. Bell's really good in the main right now. What's another one? Is it Mourner? Yeah, you could play Mourner if you wanted to as well. Like, that's 3-6. That's 12 cards right there. That puts you like right here, and you still got room for more. You know? Yeah, without further ado, I'm appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Catch you on the tech video. Oh yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe as always. Peace.